checked. Oh my! Big right hand! Pat Barry looking to finish!
It's over!
Wow! Can Kongo
It looked like
really
Kongo was out.
survive?
It looked like he was out. Oh,
He
he's
is
out.
now.
He's out.
Nope, still
Oh
up.
man, Mergliata's letting this go. That's
Wow.
incredible.
Great job done by Czech Kongo. He's in big trouble though. Barry looking to finish the fight.
He got right.
Pat Barry's down. It's all over. Czech Kongo has knocked out Pat Barry.
That is one of the craziest stoppages I have ever seen.
Unbelievable. And what a great job done by Dan Mergliata.
That was unbelievable. I have never seen anything like that in my life. It looked like Czech Kongo was unconscious. Pat Barry ran in recklessly, got caught, and got put to sleep.
Forget Pete Sell Scott Smith. How about that?
That was the most amazing comeback I have ever seen.
Pat Barry looked like he had finished Czech Kongo. Dan Mergliata did a great job letting the fight continue.
And there's the right that hurt him. He goes down. Pat Barry jumps on him. Yeah, Mergliata did a great job at letting this fight go. And here he hurt him there, and there's the uppercut. And he's out. Unbelievable. Let's see that again. There's the right hand that hurt him. And Czech Kongo was on wobbly legs here too. This is incredible. Just a picture-perfect punch. I mean, it just goes to show you in this sport, literally anything can happen. That was the most amazing comeback I think I've ever seen.
Joe, you and I,
Neither one of them wants that.
No, they want it. They want to battle it out.
Well, these are real warriors. I mean, they want a definitive ending to this bout. Randy might be hurt.
Yeah, Randy might be hurt. Randy trying to close in though now. And he goes down. He's down. And Chuck Liddell.
Oh, he is
the
out.
new light heavyweight champion of the world.
Randy Couture is
Chuck
out.
Liddell is the light heavyweight champion.
Unbelievable. Wow. Wow. Unbelievable. Wow. That guy has dynamite in his hands.
What a reaction by Forrest Griffin. He has done it. Knocked out the legend. And Chuck Liddell is the king at 205.
Wow. Let's take a look at the replay. Randy is still struggling to get to his feet. Let's take a look at the replay here. Randy was hurt there with that left hook. Just wild swings here. Boom,
Bam!
there's the right
That's
hand.
where he tagged him. That's where he tagged him with the right, Joe. Right on the button.
Here's another look at it again.
Boom.
Bang, that was the shot. I mean, you're talking about a guy who's taken the best from Pedro Hizzo. Big heavyweight striker. Taking shots from Maurice Smith. World heavyweight kickboxing champion, and Chuck Liddell puts him away. Wow. Oh, big punch. Oh,
that hurt him, Joe. Looking to finish it. It is all over. Robbie Lawler, victorious in his UFC return.
Wow. That's the kind of power that Robbie Lawler brings to the octagon.
Dana White just said he's back.
Josh Koscheck was protesting it a bit. Those are some big shots he got hit with, though, and we'll take a look at them again.
Fight replay brought to you by Bud Light. Here we go.
And this is the difference between a guy who's such a horrific striker like Robbie Lawler. I could see that being a premature stoppage. You see, he hits him with the one right here. He stiffens him up. Josh is stuck up against the cage here. He's landing these bombs on him. But you know what? Josh is not out of it. I feel that was a bit premature. Herb Dean is one of the best referees, if not the best in the business, but I do believe that was a bit premature. His head's up. He's in control.
Seconds.
And explode and get her arm out of there.
Rousey
more pressure.
She's
Looking for it.
She got it.
And it's all over! Once again, first round armbar finish for the champion, Ronda Rousey.
Wow. And that was well earned, Mike. That was a real fight. That wasn't a gimme by any stretch of the imagination. She can be proud of that effort, and Liz Carmouche can be proud of hers as well.
Fight replay brought to you by Bud Light. Here we go.
And look, you see, as soon as she gets to this position, what's called a spiderweb position, and wraps her legs across, one across the face, one across the body. She rolls with it. Look how she rolls Liz. Expertly rolls her over. And slowly but surely gets herself in this position where she can pry that arm loose. And Liz Carmouche forced to tap.
Great reaction from Ronda Rousey as she finishes this fight with her trademark armbar. 7-0 with 7.
Minotaur's gonna peek out and get his back. Frank rolls. Oh, side control from Mir. Look at this. Kimura from Frank Mir.
Can he get the submission?
Oh,
he might have
into
it.
trouble. Oh, look at this. Unbelievable.
Trying to finish it.
He's got it.
It's all over. It is all over.
Unbelievable.
Frank Mir has submitted Big Dog.
Unbelievable. Frank Mir just tapped Minotauro Nogueira.
I think
That
he
is
popped it.
incredible.
I think it popped, Joe.
I think he broke it.
Wow.
Wow, indeed. That is incredible. And he came back from adversity. Even more important, he was badly hurt, looked like he was out.
Fight.
Incredible. Just
Replay.
absolutely incredible.
Boom.
And you see, Frank, and that jab caught him. His legs go rubber. He is in all sorts of trouble here. He goes down to the ground, and we thought he was out. Now look at this. Minotauro peeks out, and it looks like he's going to get Frank's back. And Frank grabs his arm as he's doing this. Then Frank goes over into side control. Steps over. Look at this. And it looks like Minotauro's going to get out of it. Minotauro reverses his position, but Frank rolls and rolls him over again.
And now
Frank gets the right leg over the face,
boom.
and that was critical. And it's broken right there. Absolutely broken. Unbelievable. Unbelievable submission victory for Frank Mir. Let's look at it again. Rolls him over again. Watch this.
It pop.
Watch it snap. That's not a pop, my friend. That's a broken arm. Look at that. Bang. Good night. Down.
both these men said we expect to be the fight of the night.
I'm ready to go. Marcus has plenty of time here.
Full mount for Marcus Davis. The Irish hand grenade.
He's not letting Paul Taylor up.
Exploding in the ground and pound.
He's got to be careful he doesn't get bucked off. He lost the back. He's going for an armbar. Switch it over.
Looking to finish.
He's got it.
It is
Beautiful display by Marcus Davis.
Davis has won.
Unbelievable victory. What a beautiful display. Fantastic mixed martial arts performance. Really showed his heart, showed his chin, showed his ability to recover, and showed his ability to submit a guy when he lost a position. Fantastic performance by Marcus Davis, the best we've seen him in the octagon. I am so impressed with that. Wow.
Okay, that redefines weathering the storm.
Man, I'm telling you, Paul Taylor landed that vicious head kick. Marcus was on Queer Street. He went down. He was rocked. Paul was landing big shots. The referee was inches away from stopping it. Man.
He
Marcus,
exploded with
let's
this
take a
kick.
look at that
Taylor.
again.
Bam!
Boom! I mean, his eyes rolled back in his head. He was gone there. Let's look at that again. Yves Lavigne was so close to stopping this fight. You see, he's got side control, and he's just landing hammer fist after hammer fist from here. Just over and over and over again. And Yves Lavigne was just hovering over them. Look at this, look at this. So
Almost
close.
stopped it there.
So close. But he saw Marcus kept moving. Now here's the end of the fight. Marcus is pounding him with punches, and then watch this beautiful armbar. Look how he maintains control, holds that arm, hooks it, swings the hips over, extends, and then rolls over onto his belly. Really impressive victory by Marcus Davis.
Are you kidding me?
Working out with Billy West. Billy's got him stretching.
He's in big trouble. He was rocked by that same right hand that Arlovski rocked him with in the first meeting, but Sylvia is back to his feet.
He's back to his feet, but he's hurt bad.
He's still wobbling. Oh, no! Arlovski goes down. Sylvia trying to finish it. And it's all over. Team Sylvia is the heavyweight champion.
Tim Sylvia was hurt bad.
Tim Sylvia is the heavyweight champion.
Unbelievable. What a comeback. He was at the brink of being knocked unconscious. Came back, connected to Arlovski. It's like we said before, there is no unbeatable fighter. The human jaw is not designed to be punched. If you catch one of the chops like that, you go. Wow. Let's take a look at the replay. Tim Sylvia, here we see he is hurt. Bang! He catches Arlovski right on the chin and capitalizes. Let's take another look at it. It was a little uppercut, and Arlovski was hurt. Herb Dean stopping the fight when Arlovski wasn't defending himself. Let's take another look at that. Boom, right on the chin. It didn't even look like that powerful a punch. He didn't step into it. Arlovski was stepping in though, and that probably accentuated the power of it.
First of 5 scheduled rounds, reaching the midway point.
Again, on the button,
big left, and down goes Quarry.
Cold. Wow.
First round knockout is how Rich Franklin retains his belt.
Wow. That was bad. On the button. Wow. Very impressive performance by Rich Franklin. Just took Nate Quarry apart. Wow. Very impressive. Beautiful straight left.
Whew. Rich Ace Franklin retains his middleweight championship belt, and he is among those concerned now with his opponent. Let's look at the end of the fight once again, Joe.
Bang on the button, and you see Nate just stiff immediately. He is out. You see his legs up. His muscles are contracted. He is unconscious. Let's take a look at it again. On the button, and Nate just shuts off. You see his leg extended up in the air. He is in La La Land right there. Let's take another look at it. Just a perfect punch straight down the pipe. Nate Quarry put to sleep. And that could, nice knee to the body.
He got rocked. Shogun with the blowout. Mauricio Shogun is the new UFC light heavyweight champion.
No doubt about it this time, ladies and gentlemen.
Shogun wins the title.
Wow.
Mauricio Shogun Hua.
That man had a lot of pent-up frustration based on the first fight, and he just took it out on Lyoto Machida.
Fight replay brought to you by Bud Light. Here we go.
Wow. As soon as he got the full mount, Lyoto was in deep, deep trouble, and there he's out. Let's take a look at it again. He lands a beautiful knee to the body. Shogun clips him with that one on the temple. Lands a few more, gets the full mount, and the lights go out in Georgia.
He promised not to leave it up to the judges this time, and he delivers by knockout.
Spectacular performance by Mauricio Shogun Hua. The uncrowned champion is now the champ.
Forrest looks up at the clock. 2:40 remains in round 1. Up
uppercut by Silva. Silva looking to get inside. He says, let's go. This is why they said I should fight you.
Wow, he's standing right in front of him.
Silva, aggressive here in round one. Confident in his striking. Look at the hands low.
Yeah, I think
Ducks
he really
under.
does.
Oh, down goes Griffin.
I think he really is trying to send a message
Looking
here,
to finish the fight.
Forrest has got his feet on him, pushes him off.
He's rocked him twice here in round one. Griffin has huge heart, though. 145. Look at Silva. I mean, that's just amazing. And again.
He's out. He's out.
And it is all over. Anderson Silva has knocked out Boris Griffin.
Wow. Man.
Are you kidding me? The Spider is back.
He was never gone, man. He just never fought anybody who took crazy chances until now. You know, that's what happens when a guy like Forrest fights a guy like Anderson. A guy who takes crazy chances against a guy that technically skilled. I mean, Forrest, after he got tagged, looked so tentative and so slow.
Bud Light fight replay. The difference is drinkability.
Yeah, and here we see
Look at this,
Anderson
Joe.
shows complete disdain for the striking ability of Forrest. Look at that right hand. Look at that. I mean, that was just like a paw. He just slapped him, and that was it. Look at this. Bang. That's what did it. I mean, that's incredible. I mean, that's a walking away right jab, and not even a very hard one, it looks like. I think Forrest was already badly hurt before that happened. That's one of the reasons why he looked up at the clock, but, I mean, this is one of... I love Forrest Griffin, but this is one of the most embarrassing knockouts I think we've ever seen.
Well, I think you bring up a great point, though, Joe. He was hurt not once, not twice, and that was basically the third strike.
Yeah, he was already out of it, Mike. No.
And there it is. And again.
I like how...
Whoa! Absolutely right!
He's out!
And it is all over! Carlos Condit knocks out Dan Hardy!
And we have not seen Carlos Condit throw those kinds of that kind of power in the UFC before. That was amazing.
Unbelievable.
Wow. Dan Hardy wants to get up, but they're trying to keep him down. Let's take a look at it again, Mike. It came out of nowhere. Left hook first, right on the chin. Let's see it again. Oh! They were both throwing. Carlos Condit landed first. Perfectly placed left hook. Right hand, left hook behind it. Man. Let's see that again. Oh! His was shorter and more accurate. And that was all she wrote. I mean, Carlos has always had good stand-up, but he really hasn't been knocking guys out with one shot before. And Dan Hardy has shown a great chin.
There is no one sitting down here at the sold-out MGM Grand Garden Arena. Not one fan
Big left hand!
is on their feet.
He rocked Chuck Liddell with that left hand. Vernon Tiger White has got incredible heart. Chuck turned to look to his corner for advice there. Oh, kick right here. That's it.
Down he goes. Chuck Liddell has knocked out Vernon White.
What a war! What an incredible war!
Oh my goodness!
Wow!
Are you kidding me?
What a war!
Like I said, we might as well change the title of this show to Ultimate Knockouts 4. Undeniable the striking ability of the Iceman Chuck Liddell, who quickly comes in with class to make sure his opponent's okay. Waited, took some punishment, And then it just takes one good punch. Checked his corner, checked the time. Bam! Straight right, and that was it. Good night, Burning White. This is going to be a great angle. Bam! And it was all over. And Yamasaki comes in, jumps in, and the classic reaction from a victorious Chuck Liddell.
Turkey, New Mexico. Dotson just took home the prize. Oh no! Big shot by Bermudez!
Oh, Bermudez connected perfectly!
Now Bermudez trying to finish.
Brandao's in all sorts of trouble, Mike.
45 seconds on the clock.
Bermudez gotta look out, he's gonna get leg locked. And he got out of it. Oh, Brandao's still in trouble.
Both men have gotten rocked here in round one.
Bermudez still on top of him, still landing some good ground and pound. Let's see if Bermudez can throw those legs to the side and get a better position.
Trying to get a hammer fist.
Good shots by Bermudez from the top.
15 seconds on the clock in the first
Diaz
round.
on an armbar. What a beautiful armbar.
It is all over.
What an armbar.
What a finish.
What a fight.
And Diego Brandao is the ultimate fighter. That was one of the most explosive submissions we have ever seen.
Oh my God, what timing, what speed, what perfect technique. And you know what he did? When Dennis was coming down, he was throwing wild, he was connecting, but he left an arm out there. He got overconfident, left an arm out there and trying to finish, and I believe he has a broken arm, Mike. I believe Diego broke his arm.
Fight
Let's take a
replay.
look at it here. Diego's coming forward. Boom, look at that, perfect right hand. Not much behind it, not a big wind up, just all technique. Let's see it again. Look how he throws it. No wind up, look at this, dink, right there. Boom, straight down the pipe. Diego's hurt. He jumps all over him, tries to finish him, but look, Mike, he leaves that left hand in there. See the left hand? Watch Diego's right arm. Locks it up, throws that leg over lightning fast, rolls his hips, flips him over, straightens him out, and pops it. And he may very well have broken his arm here because Dennis is still holding on to it, and they're looking at it here. I mean, that's a bad angle. It looks like it's broken.
Started training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Here, just trying to get this fight back to a neutral position.
I mean, he's showing a lot of character here in taking this and persevering, but he's still in a bad spot. St-Pierre's got his back, and he's landing unanswered punches over and over again.
Frank just trying to get through this next 65 seconds and get back to the feet. Try to get into a different position.
St-Pierre pulls him down. He's got the neck. This
Got
is
the
it.
neck again.
He's got it. He's got it locked in. This should be it.
It's all over! It is all over! George St-Pierre has choked out Frank Trigg! St-Pierre with the victory!
That is the most completely, totally dominated I've ever seen Frank Trigg. That is a tremendous accomplishment. I mean, wow. George St-Pierre just stepped up. That is, without a doubt, the top contender at 170 pounds. Unbelievable.
Maybe he is ready for Matt Hughes again.
Frank Trigg's so humble, saying he's so good. Let's take a look at the end of the fight here. George just takes his back. He's got him down, both hooks in, sinks in the rear naked choke, rolls him over, and that's it. Complete, total domination by George St-Pierre.
All three of Trigg's losses in the UFC, all by the rear naked choke, Joe. 2 by Matt Hughes, and now tonight here by George St-Pierre. He was relentless and passed.
And he goes with a head kick early. Oh! Caught him with the counter left. Pushing forward is Guillard. Big knee. Cowboy Cerrone has never been knocked out.
He is hurt.
In his 23-fight career. Melvin again. The elbow over the top.
Donald is in big, big trouble still. He's on wobbly legs.
23 fights, never been knocked out. 11 knockdowns scored by Melvin in his career in an elbow.
One of the things we said about Melvin, if Donald gets cocky, if he gets overconfident, Melvin can shut the lights out.
47 victories, 36 have come by way of knockout for Melvin Guillard.
The big difference in the look in the eyes of Donald Cerrone. He came into this fight brimming with confidence, and now he looks a little bewildered.
And the right hand thrown by the young assassin. And
Melvin's hurt!
Here with the right hand. And it is all over. Donald Cerrone knocks out Melvin Guillard. What a turn of events.
What a round! What a fight! What a round! Oh, man! Melvin is still down and out, man.
Fight replay brought to you by Bud Light. Here we go.
Let's take a look at let's take a look at that head kick. And Melvin in all kinds of trouble, and that right hand just turned the lights out. Let's see it again. Clang! Shin to the head. And then the right hand behind it, and that was all she wrote. And that was after getting caught with a vicious punch earlier in the round. And that is the first time we've ever seen Melvin taken out like that.
Adjust here, and if he's able to walk that off or score a big shot here, because I don't know how much longer he can go against Bigfoot Silva on one leg.
And absorbed a kick on that leg just there. Browne trying to stick it.
Big shot from Silva.
A huge right hand. Travis Browne's in trouble. And Browne might be out. Antonio Bigfoot Silva.
Travis tried to get up and fell again. Man. Bigfoot Silva taking advantage of that opportunity against Travis Browne, who really was limping around the octagon. He missed with an overhand shot, stepped wrong, and his left knee was in trouble, John. Well, here it is. Huge right hand from Bigfoot Silva. Literally. Caught it, and that was it. It was those hammer strikes and those short shots. Travis Browne was out. He just could not move on that one leg, and there he is, getting caught up against the cage, John.
So yet another TKO victory for Antonio Bigfoot Silva, and more importantly, his first in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. We said opportunity knocked in a big way, and Bigfoot comes through, and there's the injury, Kenny.
Yeah, there it is. It was that overhand right.
Maynard working inside. Don't forget, following us, the Fox Sports Live Ultimate Fighter Finale Special. Nate Diaz pressing forward.
It was a left hand, and now a right. Seems to have hurt Maynard. Now it's all Diaz.
Maynard in real trouble here. Oh, he might be out on his feet.
Maynard is hurt. Diaz looking to finish here. Maynard trying to circle away and get his wits back.
Oh, he won't be getting those wits back. Maynard in real trouble. Diaz waiting for Yves Lavigne to step in. Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz has done it. What a capstone he puts on the trilogy here tonight as he takes out Gray Maynard.
Short, stinging punches from Nate Diaz. And once he had Maynard hurt, he never left him off the hook. Combination after combination from Nate Diaz. What a win from Nate Diaz.
Dealt with the early strength for Gray Maynard. That beautiful throw. What a night for Nate Diaz. The High Performance Highlight is brought to you by NOS Energy Drink. Drink NOS for high performance energy and enhanced mental focus. Check out drinknos.com for more information.
You know, everyone thinks it's about swinging hard punches. That's all it was. A short, accurate shot right to the jaw. And from there, it was all Nate Diaz. He pressured. And we talked about that high volume striking and boxing from Nate Diaz, and that's exactly what got him the win here. Diaz just relentless, shot after shot. Maynard tried his best to get back into this, but you can see the effects of those shots.
And the referee certainly gave him every chance to get back in the fight. But you're looking at Nate Diaz, and the guy who holds the record for most significant strikes landed ever in a fight, and he put it on Gray Maynard.
Take a look at this. Jen slips here.
It's the knee, isn't it, Joe? Yep, got him with the knee.
It looks like, no, it's the left
it's
hook.
the left, yeah, it was the left,
hook.
yeah, absolutely.
The knee missed, the left hook, and Jens is out. Wow. What a huge victory for Joe Lauzon.
Bam.
Left hook, that's it right there. Very, very impressive.
Crazy sport that we have here.
Look out, Vitor is still dangerous.
Without a doubt, Couture needs to stay smart. He doesn't want to get over-aggressive and go for immediate finish. He wants to continue punishing.
And there goes Randy Couture. He's still punching away. Not much defense now by Vitor. That's it.
That's it.
Over.
Randy Couture has taken out Vitor Belfort.
A stunning upset. Randy Couture, one of the best wrestlers on the planet, has taken out Vitor Belfort. John McCarthy stepped in, and the Phenom's run is derailed temporarily. And it was punching that did it. Who would have ever thought that? And the crowd here in Mississippi chanting USA. Belfort being attended to. And we certainly hope that Vitor is okay. Carlson Gracie is out there, his entire camp. Randy Couture waits patiently on the other end of the octagon.
Randy.
His wife, Tricia. Tremendous success story here. Louis Enrico Chiapparelli, his managers.
Rico Chiapparelli, a national champion from Iowa. Real American Wrestling is his club. And it was a series of uppercuts and short uppercuts that eventually led to the Vitor Belfort decision. Belfort is still down. What a beautiful, beautiful performance by Randy Couture. A great uppercut connecting first. Both had chances, but Couture got off first, and that enabled his punch to land. And once again, Belfort puts his head down, sensing this. Randy Couture is going to do it again. Right underneath with yet another undercut, and he's going to follow that up with repeated shots to Belfort's head. Belfort tries to come back with that left hand, and Couture closes the distance to keep the boxer from getting a chance to strike. And once he gets him down on the ground, some great knees to Belfort's head. They're short, but they're effective. And when he turns his knee in, he goes ahead and throws punches to the left side of Belfort's head. What an awesome performance by Randy Couture. Watching a lot of fighting posts on the net, there was only a couple people who thought Couture would win. One of them said he'd win by punching, and people laughed at him. Randy Couture has shocked the mixed martial arts world.
Yeah. Oh, and he's still going after him.
He's out.
And he's trying to finish it. Frank Trigg looking to finish Matt Hughes.
Wow, he got rocked.
Frank Trigg looking to finish Matt Hughes.
He got hit in the groin, looked to referee Mario Yamasaki. Mario Yamasaki didn't stop it. Frank Trigg took advantage of it.
Wow. And now Frank Trigg in a good position.
Wow.
And he rains down side control. Trying to finish the fight here quickly against Matt Hughes.
He's got the mount. You hear Rico Chiapparelli in his corner saying, relax and breathe, the Trigg. You're looking good. Trigg took advantage of an opportunity. I mean,
He did the right thing. You continue to go until you're told to stop.
absolutely. I mean, Matt looked to help from the referee, but Mario Yamasaki didn't see the groin strike. Good control by Trigg. Nice mount. Matt tries to bring him off, but he gets his back. Could this be payback for the first fight?
Could this be exactly like the first fight?
Matt Hughes choked out Frank Trigg with a rear naked choke in the first fight. Now he finds himself in the same situation with Trigg on his back.
Hughes has recovered from the unintentional strike, but can he survive this bad position he has been put into?
Never seen anybody, never seen Trigg rather choke anybody out like this. He's got a hold.
Matt Hughes in survival mode here.
Trigg's doing a really good job of holding it back. Now he's got
Look at this. If he stands up, it could be identical to what we saw before with the other fighter taking advantage.
Matt's face is going red. He might have to tap.
Oh, Matt Hughes survives. Matt Hughes survives. Oh, my. And here we go. Bam. You kidding me?
It's payback time.
And he will take the mount. And he will try to ground and pound Trigg, who must be exhausted from trying to close down that choke.
Absolutely. This has got to be disheartening for Trigg here. He thought he had him. He took advantage of a mistake by Hughes.
Gives him his back.
Oh, my God. He's got it. He's got it sunk.
Oh, a good elbow by Hughes. And another one delivered to Trigg.
Good job by Trigg rolling away from the rear naked choke, but Matt Hughes has still got him mounted. And dropping those elbows.
This is what the UFC is all about. Big elbows by Hughes.
He has stopped a lot of people from this position.
Trigg
He's got the back again.
Will he really stand up here, Joe? I just picture the great finish before. Hughes would be happy to let him stand up, get those hooks in and pull down that neck as he did before.
He's got it! He's got it! He's got it!
Can he finish? Trigg, it's out! And it's all over! And it's all over! Matt Hughes remains the welterweight champion!
Incredible! Incredible!
That man is as great a champion as we have ever witnessed here in the Ultimate Fighting Championship.
Matt Hughes showing incredible character, incredible resolve, the ability to withstand pressure. He got rocked, he got kicked in the groin and hurt. He turned to the referee for safety. The referee said that he didn't see the shot, keep going. He got rocked by a couple punches. Trigg had his back. Let's take a look at the first knee. This is the first knee to the groin that started things off badly for Matt. Bang, right on the nugget. See, he turns to Mario Yamasaki to tell him he got hit. And then he got rocked. Trigg raining down punches.
Listen.
Oh, right on the...
What's it?
You hear Mario Yamasaki said, look out for the knee, but he didn't do anything to stop it, and Trigg took full advantage of this.
And then Trigg was so exhausted after trying to put the choke down that he could not survive the reversal of fortunes.
Beautiful job by Matt Hughes, overcoming diversity.
And he tries to shoot a single.
And Kane has Brandao. Look at this. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is huge.
Big shots from Velasquez on Lesnar. Brock's back up.
Brock back to his feet, but Kane has a leg again.
Brock just swinging with anything right now. Velasquez. Lesnar. Spinning out of control. Cain Velasquez eats an elbow. Oh, huge knee. He's huge knee to the body. Lesnar's in big trouble. Cain Velasquez looking to finish Brock Lesnar.
Plenty of time left. 2 minutes in the round. Knee to the belly. Brock Lesnar is exhausted.
Kane continuing to punish.
Brock Lesnar's got to hold on to Cain Velasquez and try to clear his mind, because he's getting smashed here.
90 seconds left in the round. Velasquez with a knee on the midsection.
The problem is this is not Shane Carwin. He's going to pick his shots. He learned from watching Carwin. He's going to pick his shots, and he's not going to gas himself out.
Lesnar trying to get back up, and he does, but he's exhausted, and he gets rocked again. Lesnar covering up. Velasquez pouring it on. Hammer fist. 50 seconds.
That's it.
It is all over. Cain Velasquez is the UFC heavyweight champion.
Complete, total domination.
Combat history made here tonight. The first ever Mexican heavyweight champion.
That was a matter of technique versus horsepower, and technique just won in a big way. Total domination.
Fight replay brought to you by Bud Light. Here we go.
Let's take a look at this again. Here, Brock's on the bottom, bloodied up badly. Look how badly he's caught on his cheek, and Cain is just smashing him. Brock is not intelligently defending himself, and Herb Dean stops the fight. And here you see Cain Velasquez just unloading on Brock Lesnar. Cain weathered the early storm, defended himself from the bottom, got right back up to his feet quickly, and made a big, big impression here tonight.
And as you said, Joe, he picked his spots in the ground and pound. He didn't burn himself out. And
Got right above the knee. Varner's really throwing heavy here.
Varner staggered him!
Varner pushing forward, looking for the takedown. He gets it.
Barboza's in trouble, Mike.
Varner trying to hurt him again. Varner trying to be the first man to beat Barboza. Big right hand for Varner. Looking for a triumphant return to the UFC.
That's it.
Hammer fist. It is all over. Jamie Varner has done it.
Outstanding! Unbelievable!
Yes, you are, Jamie Varner.
He's back indeed. Boy, is he back. Wow.
Since he last fought in the octagon.
What a return for Jamie Varner. And here you see Jamie Varner just teeing off, and then there's a big right hand, and Barboza's down, and Jamie switched to hammer fist. Barboza is just clearly hanging on here, not defending himself. Steve Mazzagatti starts the fight.
Great body work by Diaz. Oh, a beautiful uppercut, looping right hand. Diaz going in for the kill, and it's over.
Wow! Diaz has made history.
Nick Diaz finishing Daly,
And at one of the best rounds of the year. Diaz makes history with his third successful title defense. You agree with the stoppage, Frank?
I agree with the stoppage. Daly was not going to recover. He had a few seconds left, but he was not going to recover.
Just a handful of seconds remaining, and Daly still out on his feet. He had to be helped to the stool. The pendulum of momentum swinging to and fro. The ebb and flow of MMA. Diaz was in trouble. Diaz was hurt, but Diaz proved that his championship status is very, very worthy. What a fight!
And even when hurt on the ground, he was moving his head, he was rolling his shoulders. He was in the game every single moment of it. And Bo Daly, what a game fighter, and what a brilliant striker.
An amazing striker, an amazing fight. We knew we were going to see fistic fireworks.
combination of punches. Daly was wobbled back here, but it was really an exchange of that left hook that got Diaz wobbled. I was so surprised to see him drop like that. That left hook just loaded with power. But again, he pops up. He's able to recover. He came back, got his wits about him, and he felt that range. And it was like you said, body, head. He started ripping on that body. Once he got those hands down, he was able to hurt him with that
and
short
he still
right
tasted
punch.
it though.
And it just, Daly rocked. He totally rocked. And good on him to finish him off. Diaz right on top of him. And I think that was a good stoppage, man. Daly is not coming back from that.
See the